Are we at the base of the mountain still?
You're kind of in the patch of hills to sand at this point, so you're kind of in the environment where it's changing from hills or mountains down to the desert.
Are there any canyons or caves or anything like that?
There are hills and things. You don't see an immediate cave because Exit was keeping you away from caves.
Maybe we should head back and ask Exit to help us hide the cart. We can ride our horses.
No, we're just going to go for it.
Huh?
So we can have water.
I'll carry it. 30 gallons.
And food.
Yeah.
And gold.
You're going to have trouble carrying a 30-gallon barrel. Now, if you divvied up as much of the water as you could into whatever containers you've got, that would work, but you're not going to be carrying a 240-pound barrel on your horse.
Just look for this type of sand.
You want that?
Yes, I want to bet.
And I'm pretty sure we'll be fine.
All right.
I'm Ranger Joe. What's my first name? Ranger.
Ranger.
I'm casting mage armor on myself.
What?
Check.
Wow, why would you do? I draw my sword.
I'm trying to get advantage on a survival check. Why don't you guys help me?
I already told you.
Okay, yeah, I have.
I just started rambling.
It happens. Oh, balls.
I'm helping
Are
you,
we
man.
doing this too? Or?
No, I just get advantage.
He just gets advantage.
It's a 15 for survival.
Okay.
So it's not sink that bad.
Okay, so you do not sink the battleship.
Thanks, guys, for helping me out.
Yeah,
You, well spotted. That one patch? Yeah, that's quicksand.
But
no quicksand is a myth.
But you realize you spend
Quicksand's
90% of your time just
Yeah.
trying to keep the horses and the wagon in decent shape, and you feel like you didn't make that much distance, and also trying to, because you weren't focusing on the direction you were needing to go so much as just trying to keep all your stuff in decent
We
condition.
needed 3 rangers.
Fuck this wagon. I'm starting to get pissed off the wagon.
It's carrying our water.
The day is long and hot.
And it's giving Ren the
already
shade.
down on this side of the mountain. It feels like there's no wind. It's
I
just
cast-
an oppressive heat.
Every hour or so, I cast Prestidigitation to create a 1 cubic square of nice, cool air.
Just fans himself every once in a while.
Oh,
Just try to relax.
the sandworm.
All right. So you guys basically find a open
Yes.
patch of
A rock.
ground and try to batten down for the night.
Do we?
I'm guessing.
We
And
travel during the night.
as soon as the sun starts going down, the temperature begins to plummet.
Not for him, bastard.
Except for him.
I'm fine.
Alright, let's make a fire out of all this firewood that we decided to bring with us.
Just break off a wheel out of the wagon. Just kidding.
It's okay, he'll just mend it in the morning.
We can just share that. We'll share the ring.
Oh.
Here's your 5 minutes.
It requires attunement.
I know.
here's your one day.
Is there any rocks nearby?
Not really.
I just need a firebolt or rock so I can hug it.
Well,
There's some gold.
yeah.
I have some boots.
Thanks, Kabar.
Firebolt some armor.
I put boots in my hands.
I take out the Osbert diary and I cast Prestidigitation on it so that it's very warm, and I hand it to Joe.
Ooh, I use this for my watch.
It only lasts for an hour.
Oh, I was like,
I'll see you're asleep.
Hey, Joe.
Yes.
Elbow. Right. Take a look at this if you want to stay warm. What is it?
Oh my god,
It's
porno.
obscene drawing.
it'll keep you nice and hot.
I take it to be nice.
You liar. You do not.
Thanks, Kabar. I got 8 hours to kill. I need this probably.
Keep it in good shape.
Okay. That's
I'll be right back.
that's pretty terrible.
You did this. You did all of these things, DM. This is all your fault.
Yeah, I gotta make it interesting, right?
Alright, so we do what we can to stay warm during our shifts.
Yep.
I wear my robe with the Dalto symbol on it,
Very nice.
on top of everything else.
At least you're blue and easy to spot in the desert. All right. Next day, you guys wake up and it starts getting warm again really quick.
I take off my robe.
You're like, wow, it's so nice in the evening and so horrible during the day.
Let's only walk for that hour where the temperature is okay.
The 1 hour.
Oh, we set off again. Generally westward. Generally staying away from sand.
Generally. Okay, give me that survival check. I want a survival check for making sure you're going in the right direction, and I want a survival check to
That's
make
21.
sure you're not destroying stuff.
And that's with advantage?
Sure.
The second one? They're both 21.
Nice.
Yeah, you can tell me. That's an 18.
I don't like what we're doing right now.
Yeah, but that's a hard thing to use as a gauge.
It takes more energy than I like expending.
So your second day in the desert, there's nothing around you. It is dead. It is still. The sun is hot. There's no water. You can see just faint shimmers in the distance that really disturb you. You're not really sure what that is. Heat. Insanity. Werewolves. Who knows?
And no obelisk.
No obelisk. You spend quite a bit of time just trying to navigate around. You still, based on the sun though, you're pretty sure you're headed west. And you're hoping you're near the middle of the desert, but at least you don't see anything on your left or your right.
I rolled inspiration.
However,
Oh god. Joe's losing it.
I don't know what's going on. The desert. I start firing my bow.
at the dust storm that's moving in, because not dust storm, but there's a sandstorm moving in on you guys now, towards the late afternoon.
It's a dust storm made out of sand.
Can we kill it?
I fire an arrow.
Roll this shit.
Arrow is very ineffective against
Once
the
again.
sandstorm. This is not a living sandstorm. This is natural phenomenon.
To appease Kabar. Nope. Well, I tried everything.
Is there shelter?
Nope. I look for shelter.
There's not. The best you're gonna find is.
That's a 1 anyway. There's nothing. Shelters.
A perception check.
I rolled a 1.
Okay, yeah. You find sand dunes.
Alright. If we dig underneath the sand dune, then the sand won't cover us in sand. We'll be covered in sand, but it'll be on our turn. Look, all we have is a wagon.
What I was going to recommend is that we
Slice open the tauntaun horse.
is that we
You thought we smelled that on the outside.
build up the protection around the wagon with any items of clothing and rope and such to use whatever we have in our packs
Like,
just
yeah,
to do some modified shelter.
like a lean-to type thing. Like
Right, that's what I'm talking.
that's
That
a good
sort of
idea.
Yeah, we'll just tie up the horses and hope for the best for them.
Well, I was considering making something that would protect them to some extent as well.
Like putting a sack over their head.
I do have an empty
Worst
set.
case scenario, I suppose.
I'll have my bag bad in my berry sack.
All of my bags are filled with disgusting things.
I do have an empty sack.
Why do we have so many empty sacks?
I don't know.
The DM doesn't even care how we organize stuff. It never comes up.
I'm going to use my land vehicle proficiency to outrun the sand dune.
Ooh.
Or the sandstorm. I forgot I had that.
See you later.
All right, so you run off all by yourself,
In the desert.
navigating your horse through the desert, hoping for the best.
Just kidding. That's not what I meant.
It almost sounded good, except for the bad parts.
I heard that as he was taking control from Remleth and just.
Using my land vehicle proficiency, I
Alright, so
look for shelter.
I do. So I gather up what we have and start fashioning shelter. Well, Kabar runs away. Using what I'm assuming is survival skills.
I'm very quickly back.
What'd you find?
Sand.
Well done.
Thank God.
We're saved.
Anyway, I'm gonna use stealth.
Oh, where did you go? Shit.
Next level, I can do it as a bonus action. Well, hide. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to.
What's out there?
Why are there birds?
Oh no!
It's just your mind playing tricks on you.
Oh God. Okay, I try to build a shelter.
I am helping him with words of encouragement.
All right, give me that survival roll.
Have you used
again.
that other thing of yours before mine?
I'm helping him as well.
You can only get advantage once.
Double advantage.
What is this?
Survival.
Survival.
Okay, good. 22.
22, very nice. All right, so you take the blankets, you try to form a lean-to, and just hunker down and hope for the best as you plug your orifices, hoping the sand doesn't go in.
This guy's been in a haboob.
I lived in Saudi. I know how horrific it is.
Sounds horrible.
I don't know what a haboob is.
Sandstorm.
Oh.
So
That's what they call them here, isn't it?
yeah, it's weird. So it's like the Arab slang for a sandstorm. Also, the South Arizona slang for a sandstorm.
I've never heard that before.
I've heard it more here than I did in Saudi.
Yeah.
Americans, they just call them sandstorms.
They do what they want.
Anyways,
I don't even know
So-
if Saudis call them haboob. I guess they do.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I'm
It's
not
been too
even
long.
him anything. I don't know. I'll look it up. I'll let you guys know.
All right.
Or we can activate his helmet.
Anyways, the sandstorm comes down upon you, and there's howling of wind, and sand comes in under the blanket, and it's pretty horrific. You can just hear the wind rattling, and it gets dark, and there's sand coming in everywhere. It gets in everywhere you don't want it to be.
Prestidigitation teeth. Prestidigitation teeth.
All the little cracks and nooks and crannies, all over the wagon. It lasts for 15 minutes or so. It takes quite a long time for it to pass through. It must be quite large. And once the wind is finally died down again, and it's quiet outside, you finally feel like it's safe to come out. And you give it a little extra time as well, just in case. And you're quite literally now buried under sand.
Yeah.
So it takes some time to dig your way out. It's not a very heavy or huge layer, but it's enough to where it's not just pushing aside. You have to basically dig your way out.
Is it a construct?
No, it's not a construct. So you dig your way out, and you get out into the bright, glaring sun again, and it basically looks like all the tracks and footsteps and hoof beats that you had are gone now.
Sure.
And your horses look quite unhappy and worse for wear.
Naturally.
Yeah.
Onto a city where they have
Your wagon is now full of sand.
Joe's not thinking this. Joe's just along for the adventure.
And you're going to have to basically dig the wagon out of the sand now.
Well,
With proficiency.
Get rid of sand.
I don't have a get rid of sand spell.
Anti-sand.
This is actual. It looks like this is physical labor.
I can do that.
Kabar's like, yes!
My time to shine, boys.
Let me teach you a traditional elven work song.
Alright, Kabar, give me a con save.
Oh. 18?
Yeah, you basically are like, full armor, hot sun, this is what I've been living for, waiting for. You take whatever shovel-like implement you happen to have and go to town.
Your crowbar, probably.
You just pick Joe up and start this.
3 days later. Okay, guys.
You grab Joe by his feet and say, open wide, and start digging.
I have a hand axe.
Hey, I'm starting to notice what you're talking about with that smell that Kabar has. I'm starting to notice it now.
Hand axe would actually probably work fairly well compared to other things.
I feel like we should have a shovel somewhere.
I mean, there's a good chance that like some sort of spade or something is in one of your explorer packs or something like that.
I only have a Dungeoneer pack.
I think that's like rope and crap.
Yeah, it's just.
Hey, we have a tent.
That would have been useful.
I was about to ask that.
Hey, we have a shovel.
Well, there you go.
Well, shit. Okay, well, I'll use the goddamn
We have a
shovel.
shovel. I don't know where this came from, but we have a shovel.
All right, so you clean the horses off. You get the wagon
Stop using the shovel for that.
and you wind up
Oh, God.
making very little progress the rest of the day
Ugh.
because you're stuck just dealing with the crap.
I imagine we don't say much.
I don't say anything.
Hey, we have a shovel.
And a tent.
And a tent.
I figured as much.
And soap.
Figured that's a lot
We have
of what
soap.
A what? What now?
Although between mending and prestidigitation, a lot of the wear of to the wagon is dealt with relatively easily because Renleth is a cheater. All right.
It's not all bad.
So the next day,
Another stance.
Kabar's horse collapses.
Fuck.
Were you feeding it?
I thought you fed it. Medicine check. Action surge.
He's hilarious.
Heavy armor mastery. Whatever.
I feel like I'm in a game. Why is everything always 5 feet apart?
I give it water. I don't know. Is there any shade nearby, behind a dune or something?
No, not really. I mean, you can shade it by the wagon, but it's still basically in the heat because
Okay.
the shade's only been there for a minute or two. So
Well,
the sand's still hot.
Oh my gosh. A couple more days we would have named that horse.
It's better this way.
I guess I'll just try to put it in some shade and give it water.
Okay. Its breathing is very labored. It seems to not be handling the desert very well. The rest of them they're okay. They're not happy, but this one evidently is not taking to the desert conditions very well.
Probably because I'm so goddamn heavy.
That hot armor.
Can horses drink health potions?
They can, but health potions restore hit points in less of conditions. This thing's like in a bad state.
Can it take a potion of hill giant strength?
It could. I don't think that's going to really help it either. It needs like a health elixir or something.
I'm a fighter, goddammit.
Or maybe someone with animal handling or medicine.
Or what about like
I don't have either of those.
cure wounds?
I have
Well, you
land
said a health potion, but it's less damage and more just fatigue.
I have a land vehicle proficiency.
Restore stamina. I can light it on fire if we need.
That will fix its problems.
Yep.
Oh god.
I love Farsight.
I do too.
So you're pretty sure your horse is not
You know
getting
what I...
not going any further anytime soon. So you can either try to nurse it back to health, however long that takes, or you can abandon it, or you can eat it. Or you can kill it and keep going.
Yep.
Or you can dance on its grave.
It's the Elfane thing to do. Because I'm not.
I don't really have an opinion on this matter because it's not my horse.
How long would it take?
You have to share a spot.
Do you have an animal handling or a medicine check?
I mean, I guess.
Yours is just as good as mine. And wisdom should be something I'm good at. I'm not.
Survival, is that, can we use survival instead?
No. So a medicine will be a DC, let's say 12, and animal handling will be DC 11.
I guess animal handling.
Okay.
Because, I mean, what else? I would have to walk. And that kind of... Yeah. Sorry, guys. A little bit. 11!
Okay.
Oh, shit.
So you can nurse it back to health, but it's not going anywhere for the rest of the day. You can, if you spend time and care for it and give it rest and water and keep it in the shade for the rest of the day, you think it'll be okay to travel tomorrow. But
Do you guys want to travel at night?
That might be a good idea.
But then we have to sleep during the day.
You don't sleep
it'll be
anywhere. Why
hot
does
and
that bother you?
uncomfortable.
Then I have to just sit here for 8 straight hours in the day.
Well, I mean,
Which is what I'm doing anyway. But at least I could probably
You might
get
be
some
able
shade.
to travel faster without our horses collapsing.
It'll also be harder to see sand problems with the wagon.
But it'd be easier to go west. Stars and all that.
And we have dark vision.
and a drift club.
Yeah. No problem.
What's that sound?
Wind.
No, it's a clock.
That's my watch.
Is it really your watch?
No.
It's the ambient music.
Yeah. What are you doing over there? Are you looking at your...
Oh god. I told you I needed privacy.
I'm sorry,
He needed
guys.
something to do while he was nursing the horse back to health.
Oh god. Oh no.
I needed cheese.
Oh no.
How else do you nurse a horse back to health?
I said sure did.
I've got to relieve the pressure.
Oh, what'd you decide to do with the horse?
Nurse it back to health.
Aw.
It's out of practicality, okay? Don't get sentimental.
Yeah, because I'm being sentimental. I've almost shot my horse like 20 times for the hell of it.
He just takes his arrows and carves it into the flint
Oh god.
while he's riding. This is my horse, and it's gonna have my name on it in blood
Oh Jesus.
and scars. Okay, so you stop for the rest of the day and nurse the horse back to health.
Yes.
Okay.
I agree. Hey Redliff, I have an idea.
Okay.
Just so you
Maybe
know,
we should
it's
travel
now been
today.
over a week since you've been infected.
Okay.
Maybe we just trap them in the temple
Why don't we just teleport like we did that one time?
because I can't do that.
God, it's the worst wizard. He's not a wizard.
Not even a wizard.
Alright, so you guys stop and wait for Kabar's horse to recover. It starts feeling better in the morning, but it's still not moving fast. But it's at least moving. And then, basically by then, you get to decide, are you now waiting the rest of the day? to travel at night, or are you going to set off in the morning?
I vote night.
Yeah. Just gonna go at night.
Okay, so we wait for the horse to recover a little bit more. You guys hang out for the rest of the day. There's some more sandstorms in the distance, but luckily they don't get too close to you this time. And you set out in the evening. So give me a survival check this time. So distance and...
So I am. I'm making sure my drift globe to make it I'm making the drift globe illuminate,
Okay.
and I'm basically, I can't make it like move on its own or anything, so I just kind of am attaching it to the wagon, I guess, in a way that it sheds the most light.
And I'll use my lane vehicle proficiency to help try and navigate the cart as best as we can, avoiding soft sand. And
That's good. And then I can focus on direction.
yes.
Okay. So what are the survival checks?
With advantage, right?
So so he's guiding the cart
Okay.
now with
Well-
his light and his proficiency in cart
Okay.
wagon. Sorry.
Nice.
So advantage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a team effort.
Good.
15.
Okay, that's fine.
Two 11s.
You
Double 11s.
the cart somehow is still managing to get through the desert. Not very well, but it's slowing you guys down considerably.
23
All right,
to find my way.
and you do your best to find your way. So you still think you're moving in a mostly westerly direction, but you're definitely feeling the effects of the 300-pound weighed down, 300-plus weighed down cart or wagon digging into the desert as it's moving along. It's getting harder and harder for the horses to pull it as you get deeper in the desert.
I put everything that I possibly can in the haversack
Okay,
to lighten the load.
okay. It helps a little bit, but you still got a massive keg and a rimlet.
You guys need to drink more.
You know, we can walk and have all the horses pull the cart.
That's a good idea. We should do that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's smart, because we're not moving faster than the walk anyway.
It's very true.
Let's do that.
Okay, we do that.
Okay. With,
Well, I do that. He does that.
with rigging up the
I take a nap in the cart.
with rigging up the horses to the cart with the extra rope you've got to help them, it's kind of awkward for them. It also makes it a little bit more difficult for them to find a path because they
just
kind of have to
can't
work
be happy,
together.
can they?
But
Of course not.
No, we rotate. So two are pulling, one is free.
okay,
And then we rotate it.
okay,
We put them
that'll
like
work.
sled dogs.
In a line of one.
Yeah.
Aren't there two horses pulling the cart? Or is it just one?
there's just one.
Wow, how fancy do you think we are?
The wagon only handles one. You gotta
Oh,
upgrade to the next thing before you get multiple.
Mm-hmm.
And elks.
Sand tires.
right?
I'm going to
A Jeep.
I'm gonna invent those.
All right.
We have 40-inch rims. Yeah, I'm not looking at the rims this way.
So day 4 in the desert. Give me those survival checks again.
You guys are doing great.
So,
15 again.
you know, you still have an advantage because he's still helping.
Oh,
All right.
That's fun.
yeah. Let's just go with 15.
I think we need to start talking about our plan for when Kabar has his time of the month.
Sounds slated like that.
Wow.
Well, if we're still out here and we're not careful, he's going to run off into a random direction after he kills us, and be lost in the desert, and you're gonna wake up in the middle of the desert with no clothes and no friends.
Alright, so
That's best case scenario.
overnight, I guess I should also award you guys XP, or during the day, I'll award you guys XP. Because I think this is now after the sandstorm arrival. So we'll
I like these windows.
So we'll do 2, 3, 2, 5, 4. Is that a level or not? Is it 24 or 23 to level?
Nope, that 23,000 is 7.
Okay, so you're level 7.
And I'm cured.
Multi-class, paladin.
Are you doing it?
No,
You
I'm
should.
not. I'm not.
A sand paladin.
I'm not.
Make me so sad.
I'm rolling a d8.
I mean, it's a really powerful build.
I'm rolling
It's a really
these.
stupid build.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, so I will take my average.
What's average for 8? 5 or 4?
4.
All right. Well, I rolled 4.
That's what we've been doing, right? 4.
I think so.
Yeah, because it was actual average or round down since I'm letting you roll. So anything higher would be better than that.
Okay. Well, usually I've been rolling my books.
I'm glad you guys remember to take average if you.
Yeah, we remember.
Yeah, you always remember when you roll a 1.
Yeah.
Not much of a level.
What did I say? Oh, 4.
Alright, let's see.
You decide what 4th level spell you're going with?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's probably gonna be Dimension Door, but I'm not sure.
Dimension door. That sounds fun.
So we can be a melee wizard.
And just so I can get out of there.
I can hide as a bonus action.
You can also dash as a bonus action.
So
Which means I can run 105 feet in a turn.
I rolled a d10 for HP
There's also one other thing you can do as a bonus action.
plus
Dash, hide, or
Disengage.
disengage. That's the really
We've got Banishment, Blight, Confusion, Ice Storm, Polymorph,
Polymorph's fun.
Watery Sphere.
That's the one you need. Who cares about a desert? I got water. In my
Polymorph the
sphere.
horse into a desert horse.
It only lasts for an hour.
Every hour.
I also don't think it's actually designed to hydrate you.
No.
I think it's designed to do
Yeah,
other stuff.
it's gonna be Dimension Door. That spell's too cool.
And then this just wants to teleport around.
Nothing wrong with that. On top of this floating already.
Short teleports.
Sweet. I have 43 HP. And a bonus action. The next level, though, I'm going to be able to cast wizard spells. Just like you.
Congrats.
Do an arcane
Yes.
caster.
I'm pretty sure.
I have more hit points than you, I'm pretty sure. But that makes sense because I get hit for some reason.
It's this cool matte black.
Hmm.
We should try it instead of stars.
I like the stars and the bees, and I like the nice colors and the good thread work. You should try it sometimes.
We should try not getting
What
hit.
kind of HP did you roll?
That's awesome.
I rolled a 6 plus 3 Constitution.
Oh yeah, I had Constitution.
Yeah, you didn't do that?
I didn't do that.
Oh, you
And
did.
yet I didn't.
So
So 9. You're up to 68.
yes,
Constitution too.
then plus the 5 temp HP,
It's pretty nice.
73.
I have 3 main attributes:
That was a
Dexterity,
good one.
Constitution, and Charisma.
What's Renlet's new HP?
46.
Oh no!
Yeah.
You're still ahead of Joe.
Well, he has Constitution.
Yeah, I've got good constitution.
Also, now I'm taking levels of Rogue, so
Yeah.
So now you have the same hit die.
So I
8, 6.
So you have.
Why is this app callings different than what's in the book?
I don't know.
the
I just don't know.
yeah, it's
You notice that?
but it's all due to Renlith's dedication to his health and his conservation of energy. That's why his constitution is so good.
Every time he levels up, he gets better.
No, he gets thinner. He gets more frail looking, but stronger.
Draw a picture.
More virile.
I really need this gap filled. It's so annoying. I have an appointment. 1 more week. At least it doesn't hurt.
Got my cantrips. I've got 4 first level spells, 3 second level, 3 third, and 1 fourth.
I have 6 total spell slots.
Nice.
4 total spells.
4 total spells. So the next day, you guys continue on, and about halfway through the night, you find the obelisk.
Fucking finally.
Yes.
Oh, wait.
This desert.
Who saw it first?
Can we say Renlith saw first?
No, Joe saw it first.
Obviously.
I just rolled randomly.
They were laying there with their eyes closed.
He's the only one actually actively doing anything.
Hey.
Everyone else said they were sleeping in the thing.
No.
Kabar has fallen over with his horse.
Kabar fell asleep one time when I wasn't looking in my wagon, and he has not been back.
Good news is you've only had to mend a wagon wheel 3 times on the journey.
No problemo.
It's a good thing you got
He's
that
mended
mending
more time
spell.
from his
Yeah.
own breaking.
What's the little guy doing?
Oh, right.
He's not supposed to be there.
He left.
Hey! Stop following us!
Exit had to leave.
There
Watch
it
over
is.
that fireball.
You want me to cast Fireball?
I should probably save it. You don't have a lot of spells.
That's true.
You probably only have about 6 a day.
Right.
Just because in my own experience, I'm just...
Kind of a low number.
6 makes you really tired.
Now you know why I sleep so much.
Okay.
Also, it'd be so hot. A fireball. Oh my god.
Oh,
Is it
man.
nighttime?
Yes, it's the middle of the night. So it's like 3 a.m. or so.
Should we approach it? Or should we just go to a city?
Well, I think
Or should
you're
we just tie
joking.
Kabar to it? Leave.
You're joking, right?
I don't even know anymore. Maybe I should drink some water.
Yeah, there's still... The water thing is full. You guys haven't been drinking any water.
That's why I feel like shit.
We're supposed to be conserving it, right?
Yeah.
I thought that was the toilet.
I make everyone drink the water.
I was going to say you've probably gone through at least 10 gallons of water.
They have. I've gone through like maybe 2 liters.
You're
Just because you prestidigitate, just because you
Not, though.
prestidigitate sweat does not
I'm
mean
fine.
you don't sweat.
I don't sweat. Because I don't have any water in my system.
Alright, so what's the plan?
Thank you.
Can I do a perception check around the area or the obelisk itself, I guess?
Sure. Do you want
Let's
to
use
approach
your
it or do you
knife.
want to look from far away?
I'm going to play it safe.
Okay, give me a perception with disadvantage.
With disadvantage.
It's dark, and you're pretty far away.
Where is that? 11.
11. Okay, so from this distance, you can definitely see that there's a gigantic obelisk, and not much else.
Don't get smart.
How do we know it's an obelisk?
Well,
It's really dark. Like, how do we know this?
based on what you've been described, the obelisk is a large thing that is kind of triangular in style, and it's very tall, and it kind of blots out the stars and the landscape around it, and it makes you can see the triangle pattern to it, and what light you've got plus your low light vision or dark vision, you can see the outline of it in the
Okay.
distance.
Do you sense any baddies?
Just 1/6 of my spells.
I'm just asking.
Are we within a mile of it?
Within a mile of the obelisk? Yes, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to see it in the dark.
I mean, maybe not you.
That's the one bad thing about traveling in the dark. Yeah, mostly was just nice to you guys. My last group was walking around this place for like 20 days in the desert.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
The deserts. I hate the deserts.
Whose idea was this?
We actually
Wait,
got
here's my
lost
thing,
and went in
right?
the same direction 2 or 3 times.
Oh my god.
Hey, man, we're doing all right.
Alright.
I'm looking for the
Well,
exact list of what. I'll do it. So I sit in camp, concentrate for a minute, because I cast it at level 1 instead of level 2, so I only have to concentrate for 1 minute instead of 2 minutes. So if a dragon appears after that first minute, man, I should have used the level 2 spell slot.
I don't even know what he's talking about. I'm ignoring him.
Alright. Aberration, celestials, dragons, elementals, fays, fiends, and undead. Not location or number. Just anywhere within a mile.
Yes.
Sweet.
so you sense something?
Yeah.
There is stuff.
Great.
I think it tells me what it is, though, doesn't it?
I don't know. You just said or, if. So I said
Whether
yes.
the following types of creatures are present.
What you can sense.
What were the
is-
types?
Aberration,
Yes.
celestial. What?
No.
What are we doing? Dragons.
No.
Elemental.
No.
Fey.
No.
Fiend.
Yes.
And undead.
Yes.
Christ. No, Christ is on here. Okay. I don't feel Christ.
All lots of bad things.
No, only half of them. Aberrations, celestial, fiend, and undead.
Okay.
So, 4 out of 7.
I like those odds.
But it's not what? And that's just within a mile. They could be doing something else in the desert.
Oh.
They could be directly underneath us, following us this entire time. Either way, I can
we
cast
should
Cure
go.
Wounds one less time.
Why? What? Who are you doing that to?
No, it takes a spell slot
Oh.
to do that.
You can add your spells there, you know. Oh.
So don't forget.
Just waiting for Chris to be done because I need to make water.
No, that's why you're not drinking. Alright, so you guys approaching the temple.
Yes. Just
Alright.
happy to see a structure. That's
You approach the temple.
Remember, when
and-
you're thinking about keeping Joe alive, he's getting replaced by a paladin.
So you approach the temple and you pull out the shovel and start digging
We do?
because there's no apparent thing around.
No, I look at the obelisk. I stare at it, I touch it and stuff.
Alright. Then you stare at the obelisk and you touch it
And stuff.
and stuff. Give me that touch and stuff.
I roll 17 plus whatever for touching.
That would be investigation.
I feel like I have proficiency in touching.
Alright, so you investigate the obelisk for a while and you realize that
17, yeah.
even close to it with the light, it's very large and it's black and it's wind worn. So there are etchings on it, but there's no paint. And It looks like it has symbols and some runes and things carved into it, and then it's mostly just geometrical shapes and patterns. Nothing really that makes any sort of real sense.
You see anything through your helmet?
Do I?
His helmet can't read.
Yeah, it's
I
the
don't know.
audio.
Your helmet can't read.
It's
It's as smart as you. I'm kidding. We have the same intelligence. I shouldn't make fun of you.
oh no!
So we have the same wisdom. I should not make fun of you.
I have 19 straight. That shouldn't make fun of me.
I can move 105 feet in 8 seconds.
So you fan out and perform the ritual.
Why didn't you use that when we were going across the desert?
It's only me. I double dash and move out of the desert.
It takes a very long time
That's 105 feet every 6 seconds.
until you fall down into the
That's
desert.
1,000 feet in a minute.
And in the hindering terrain,
I can run 1,000 feet in a minute.
so difficult terrain's half movement.
Not for Ranger.
Except it's not your favorite terrain.
And I'm at level 17. Ranger's the worst.
So bad. All right.
But I like playing the bad classes though. It's fun. Someone has to.
So what's the plan now?
We're going to try to decipher these runes, carvings. Hey, resident guy who knows. Oh wait, you don't like reading.
What?
Well, there's stuff on the obelisk. It doesn't mean anything though.
I'm going to try and look at it and see if I recognize it.
Okay.
That one's a square. It's a triangle.
What is it? Arcana
This
or what?
history.
History. Okay. It's only a 12.
Only a 12. So basically the same thing I told them. You can see that it's windswept. All the paint's been etched off of this thing. Most of the grooves are very faint at this time. So all you can really make out is that there appear to be what look runes that were drawn on it or carved into it. And then there's just, other than that, a lot of geometrical patterns to make it pretty. Or at least at one time, maybe. Now it's mostly just a blank, windswept piece of rock.
So we're going to start digging.
Okay.
Is there anything that I could look at any of the 4 sides and be like, wow, this one seems more likely to be a good spot to dig than the other 3 sides?
Give me
Like a picture of a door, an arrow.
intelligence check. I can't think of a good skill that would go with that.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a 5.
5. No, you guess north, northeast, west.
All right, I'll take the first shift in digging.
No. You. Renmuth, can you get that glowy little ball over here real quick? It doesn't float, right?
It does float.
Well,
that's-
it will float, but it won't move with you.
Right.
But you can it can float 5 feet in the air.
It float moves.
I'm going to
I think
pick
it follows you too.
the west side,
Okay.
Because
the obelisk.
tries to
and start
stay
digging
within
with the
20 feet,
shovel.
So if you walk away or whatever.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Pick the west side
Okay.
arbitrarily.
You don't have to tell me that.
I knew.
You can make something.
More for luck than anything else,
Sure. Oh, thanks.
because you find it.
Oh shit.
What'd you find?
Entrance.
There's steps on the west side,
I mean,
leading downwards.
What?
when I said arbitrarily, I was joking.
Kabar has a 6th sense for stairs.
What?
Good job, Kabar.
Why didn't we see these?
Ting, ting, ting.
Who's going first?
Fine, I'll be the fighter from now.
What does the entrance look like?
The stairs.
Decides who goes first.
The stairs are extremely well worn as well, just basically because they've been covered in sand for who knows how long. and they lead down a few feet down once you finish uncovering, and they end in a large metal door with etchings on it that look like have been mostly worn away as well. But there are some patterns on it, and a circle etched into the door with a triangle of 3 dots.
Ooh, that's not a good one. That's our good friend sign. Terracin?
That's right. Good job.
Circle of 3 dots.
It's a triangle with 3 dots.
I haven't been taking any notes. It's been way too hot. All I have is a circle with this dagger in a square around a circle, inside a circle, with 3 small circles with lines connecting them, which never comes up.
That was like the kobold thing at the very beginning, wasn't it?
Was it?
I think that might have been the second one.
Is the door, can I hear anything behind the door?
Give me a perception check.
What you hear down there?
Oh, 22!
Absolute silence through the metal door.
That's such a waste of a good roll. Is it hot to the touch?
It's warm. Actually, no, because the sand underneath all that sand, it would have been cool. The only heat is now from basically you undoing, digging up, and it's not even daylight outside, so there's not even sun baking down on it. So no, it's pretty cool.
Guys, I'm gonna open it.
Okay.
I cautiously open it.
All right, you cautiously open it. Thank you, because this is like super freaked out. Oh gosh!
Oh no!
Like I said, it's a little fragile.
Good save, good save.
That's the most damage I've done to it.
No, it's full of note cards.
It's full of carrots.
Note cards. So many note cards.
There's
And
4
carrots.
giant carrots laying on their sides.
Oh man, if you like potatoes.
Is this heaven?
No.
That's terrible.
Now remember, don't open anything.
Or talk to anything.
Anything?
Well,
All right.
just all we know is not to open any boxes.
Well,
Unless you want-
generally I don't talk to inanimate objects.
No, technically.
You were the
those are
one who
stairs
said
going
talk.
down, not up.
I said
I
don't talk
just
to
said
anything.
open.
So your horses are just going to stand out in the sun?
Yes, tied together.
Will they fit in the little stairway?
No, not really.
Fuck.
They will watch each other die.
Can we set up the tent system so they can at least have shade? and
Yes,
maybe
yes,
build-
you do have a tent that you can set up. And,
Okay.
And we'll do it on the side that the sun is opposite of
Okay.
to get the most amount of shade.
The south side? Yeah, and we like pull the cart up and then like kind of try to attach like blankets from like the cart to the obelisk so there's like a little whatever.
We'll put,
We do our best.
we'll put some water.
All right. Give me a
I'm actually trying to help
Animal
because I don't want to
handling.
walk back.
really. I guess animal handling. That makes sense.
Anyone's as good as that as anyone else.
Pretty much.
How wise are you?
About as wise as you.
Man, we're so dumb.
Yeah, we're not the bright. Oh boy.
It's like 5.
Okay, so you set up the tent and break out some.
I'm helping though.
You pour some.
Wait, is that with advantage?
Sure.
Thank God.
It's
That's
60.
Okay.
Much better.
Team.
60. 60.
You build a
help
space
a
shuttle
lot.
for them and launch it.
It will land. We just
Exactly.
terraformed it.
All right. So you set up the tent. You break out some sort of trough for them for water access inside of the tent. You try to basically provide as much shade to them as possible. Lay out whatever rations you've got for the horses, whatever feed you've got left, which I don't even think you've got any feed.
Don't worry about it.
And hope for the best. And tell them that you'll be right back.
We had quantity 4 feed. Last time we tracked that.
We tell them that we love them.
So you'd be out of feed.
Yeah.
That was from a while ago. It was old to begin with.
Okay.
Eat up whenever you go to a stable, horses. You're not getting anything
All right.
for a while.
So the heavy iron doors open with a blast of stale air mixed with the scent of decay and dust. Light has trouble penetrating the darkness within, and every crevice remains shrouded in shadows which flicker with eerie, unnatural movement. As your eyes slowly adjust to the even darker darkness down here, you discern a square chamber with 4 stone pillars spaced evenly throughout. A massive stone door is set into the wall opposite you, with a smaller door on the left side of the room. A final door to the right stands partially broken, half of the door laying on the ground, and a piton is lying on the ground next to part of the broken door as well. The walls and floor are crafted from a fine, tan stone tile. Extreme age has worn the building, causing it to crumble in weak spots. Rubble has fallen from the ceiling, some of which contains jagged slabs of stone or crushed holes onto the floor, or has crushed holes onto the floor, revealing rock and sand beneath. A symbol has been painted on the center of the floor between the pillars. 3 black dots forming a triangle are painted inside a white circle, which is lined with archaic, faded runes resembling a mix of elvish and infernal. An involuntary feeling of foreboding fills your soul as a slight shiver runs down your spine. This building is ancient, far older than anything you've ever seen before, and you sense it is not wholly abandoned.
It's right. You speak Infernal?
No.
Ew.
What do you do?
I can hear it.
I'm gonna try to pronounce these out loud and see if you can decipher what I'm saying.
Because that totally works with written language.
Well, this is a tough one.
Just think of it as like exploring a new city. You like cities?
So the place where the piton and the half door are on the ground.
It's the right side.
What's directly above it on the ceiling?
Ceiling.
And there are 2 doors, you said, yeah?
3.
3.
There's 1 on each wall. Well, actually 4 if you're counting the one you came through. There's a door in the center of each wall.
Okay.
The door straight ahead of you is a heavy metal door. Or stone door, sorry. The one on the left is a slightly smaller door, and the one on the right is partially broken.
I remember there's aberrations, celestials, fiends, and undead, possibly behind any door.
Okay. I walk,
Door number 1.
I walk up to the door on the left
And I don't know what an aberration is.
Okay.
and put my ear up to it to listen for any movement or anything.
All
I
right.
stand directly behind him.
All right. With your hand on his shoulder.
That's
Go.
10.
10. You hear nothing but Reader Joe whispering in your ear.
Thanks, Joe.
You get goosebumps.
Why are you always so close to me, Joe?
I got scared. It's so dark.
You guys are cute.
What are you thinking? Should we just go through? I mean, whoa. What are we looking for here?
Why is
The compass?
I'm wondering why this piton is on the ground though.
What was the information we were looking for?
Wait, let's take a
Jesus.
moment here. Now that we're out of the sun,
I know.
gather our mind. Let our brain congeal.
The compass might be in Solitris. Okay, we're not in Solitris. We're in the fucking desert.
The pitons are those like spikes that they hammer into stuff to climb, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Temple, Desert of Damnation.
I just
It's
have.
also often used to wedge a door.
It's an evil temple. Small set of stairs lead there. Silver showed us on the map.
He said
That's
there
what I
might be
got.
something that could help us here.
Yeah,
That's right.
that's it. We're looking for information.
That's a good lead.
If you kind of go this way, there might be
Kabar was
something that
excited
can help
to
you.
come.
And now I'm gonna be a werewolf.
Jesus. Such a good idea.
Bad
I
decision.
say the small door.
Oh,
What?
Or you could go
Small-
through the door that's partially broken.
we can look at the partially broken door.
You could just look through
Go
the
for
partially
it.
broken.
Oh well,
Go look through
I
it.
mean, it's partially broken. I thought it was kind of obvious that you could look through it.
Like Fallout style. You just can't open it.
Yeah, right?
Could we squeeze through it?
Why don't you look through it first?
I mean, you could walk through it. It's a large door. You could partially.
I walk over and look through the door.
We leave and go to a city. With a cleric.
You're not even sure if Gabar can last
You
that
leave
long.
Gabar
We leave
to his
again.
own devices.
And we'll be back in
Find
a
a
couple
cleric.
months. If you clear out the temple, cool. You know,
If not, maybe we'll come back and find the cleric. I mean, who knows?
yeah. This is the broken door?
It's just a broken door.
Okay.
You can't see
It's
because
a
there's a giant
church.
wall, but the door is actually broken.
I believe you, DM.
Is that better?
Yeah, actually, now I really do believe you.
Like a tiny wall, I think.
Who did the
I did.
Okay.
I walked away from you guys rambling again.
There you go. Tiny wall.
And I see
What happens a lot?
see?
it's like a
I guess I could just look.
I'll just look. No, just leave
since you're standing right here anyway.
Alright.
Again. Stop touching me.
You push what's left of the door open, and it leads into a small chapel, unlit, with no windows. The majority of the space is filled with lines of decrepit
With a great
wooden
restoration
pews,
spell.
forming two haphazard rows in a center aisle.
You can use
The
that.
far end is slightly upraised and has an ancient black glistening altar with three dark braziers arranged around it in a triangle. A large obsidian statue is in the back of the altar. It has an ominous gaze, yet the arms are outstretched in welcome. The smell of death and rot assails your senses while peering ahead. The walls are lined with glyphs of humanoids, including elves, dwarves, and humans, laboring to construct this temple with the symbolic passage of time during the construction phases. The entire image invokes an idea of pilgrims coming for shelter to the temple from a dangerous war to the south. The area around the altar has extensive damage to the floor. And that's about all you can see from where you're at.
I'm assuming the braziers are not lit.
They are not lit.
And what was this again? The statue with its arms outstretched?
Yeah, so it's looking over it, you can see that there's basically a plinth in the back of the room. So it's an upraised area, there's some decoration on it, and then there's a statue on top of it with a humanoid, a winged humanoid, with its arms outstretched in welcome. But the gaze looks a little sinister.
I take a step back. I
Yeah.
don't much care for that.
What if the item's in there?
What item?
The item.
The helpful item.
Yeah. The item of magic and help.
Also, in
Plus
the
one.
very back corner, you can see what looks to be a opening in the wall next to one of the statues that leads into a small dark alcove.
Why are you making noises now?
Because I just don't.
I think we could light the braziers.
That's the first thing we should do.
They're in the same pattern as all those symbols we've been seeing.
Right, the evil god.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
If you don't believe in gods, you don't believe in evil gods.
I do believe in the gods. Everybody believes in the gods.
Just doesn't want to.
I just don't want them to be here. They never do anything good. Even the good ones don't typically do things that are good.
Hey, what about that one? I can't think of anything.
I mean, even Paladin, he's gonna wreck somebody. Even good guys get punished.
So you're saying we should not enter this room?
I don't want to, but I also think that there might be something for us in that dark alcove.
What? Oh gosh, there's a dark alcove.
Holy!
Okay.
Okay. It's dangerous to go alone.
Cautiously.
Take this.
It's Kabar.
It's okay, I got a sword.
Okay.
Gonna turn into a werewolf anyways.
I can
Yeah.
stealth and look at things. really
Kabar
well.
walks bravely forward down the aisles of
Cautiously.
old broken pews.
He walks forward.
Cautiously.
Werewolf flee.
Kicking pews out of the way. Cautious.
Let's do what we normally do and burn and break everything.
So it gets harder to see because you're leaving Renless light, but you can still make out the shapes of everything around you.
Anything happen?
No,
Okay.
it's quite dead and still. Eerily so.
Is that a book on the altar?
It is.
I'm going to visually look at it.
He's gonna touch with his eyes.
You peer from a distance over at the book, and all you can really tell is that there is a binding lying on a book binding lying on the altar.
I step in with my drift globe.
And immediately die.
I pull up the rear and keep a rear watch
That was what I was afraid of.
by looking the other way.
So with the help of Renless light, you can tell that the book looks like it's in very bad condition. The pages look like, just glancing at it, they look very brittle. And the binding is very worn. And you can see into the alcove now and see that there's not much there except for a small, basically a small, I don't want to use the word plinth again, but a small pedestal. That's the word I was looking for. A small pedestal with a box on top.
Oh, we should open it.
Well, you age slower than the rest of us, so go for it.
Yeah, hell yeah. That is a thing. I mean, if the elves find out that I've aged without gaining wisdom, and they'll know I didn't gain wisdom.
Also, with the light, you can now make out that behind the altar, and basically around the altar, you can see the dead bodies of what look to be putrefied corpses of large worms. Their distended bodies are severed or burnt.
Oh. That's hideous.
I don't like that. At all.
Are we sure they're dead?
I shoot an arrow at one. Out of reflex.
Well, as I said, they are the putrefied corpses that are basically, that have slash marks and black scorches all over them.
That's a 13 to hit.
So, okay, you successfully hit one of the corpses, and there's a small hiss of air as dust billows out from it,
Damn it.
and a fresh wave of putrid scent fills the room.
Do you feel better?
No.
No.
I feel nauseous.
I wanted you to know that they were
If
dead.
Kabar feels nauseous,
It's not a good thing.
It's really rank.
So we're gonna leave that box alone.
Can I just inspect it without touching it?
Sure. You want to walk up there?
Do I?
I don't know. That's why I was asking.
Let's say right about there.
Look at that box.
I'm so
15 minutes
scared.
away.
I'm so scared.